Everybody, this is Everyday Commentary, and this is a video overview of this knife, and this knife is the Cryo. Now, I have reviewed the Cryo. Well, once this is finished, this will be my third Cryo to review, but this Cryo is the new Cryo, and it runs a couple of things that are different than the original. So the original had a titanium nitride coated blade. The blade underneath, I believe, was bead blasted, and it had two stainless steel slabs for handles. This knife runs the same 8CR 13MOV steel. It has no coating, and it has a nice stonewash finish. Additionally, the handle, or the show side, was replaced not with entirely by G10, but it has a G10 scale over a much thinner steel liner. This means that this knife is significantly lighter. The original Cryo, this is the Cryo 1, not the Cryo 2. The original Cryo came in at about 4.27, 4.3 ounces. And this knife comes in under 4 ounces at about 3.79 or 3.8 ounces. And that weight savings is about 10% of the overall knife. I mean, these are not small, or these are not light knives either way, but once you get under the 4 ounce mark, it feels, it seems like it's a psychological barrier because there are so many knives out there that weigh less than 4 ounces. We've sort of become conditioned just by either coincidence or design that, a pocket knife should weigh about 4 ounces. And when it goes over, it's a big deal. And when it goes under, it's noticeable. And so right now, I'm carrying this knife for review, and I have to say that a lot of the improvements that they made, a lot of the changes they made are big improvements. One of my complaints about the knife was its weight, and it weighs less. One of my other complaints about the knife was the ugly, slick, ugly stainless steel handle scales. And the G10 isn't beautiful by any means, but it's not anywhere near as slick. I think, and I'm not sure, but this seems to be more exposed or easier to catch than it was before. And most importantly, look at the centering on that. The two previous models I've had for review, one of them was actually like completely scissoring, where when you close it you would hear a tsk, because the knife blade was actually rubbing on the handle scale every time it closed. The second review sample I had was much better, in the sense that it didn't rub, but it was still significantly off-centered. I mean, you could see that it was off-centered if it was, it was like twice as far over one way as it was the other. But this knife is perfectly centered. It has the really nice stonewash. It also can be de-assisted if you look in there. Let me see if I can get it. I don't know if I can get it, but there is a detent ball in there, which means that there is an actual detent. It's not just the torsion bar from the speed safe holding the knife closed. And so if you wanted to, you could take this out and make it just a straight, unassisted flipper. This knife is a little bit more expensive than the stainless steel version. I think it's probably $5 more, but it's a substantially better knife in my opinion. I just got it. I got it 2 days ago, so I haven't had a chance to put it through its paces or do a whole lot of cutting tasks with it. So I'm not going to give you a review of it. And this is just to be an overview. But I think that, based on my preliminary impressions, that this knife is going to be a knife that I like much better than its predecessor. And its predecessor is a really good selling knife, but I just don't think it is as good a knife as this knife is, or a bunch of other knives that are in the Kershaw or other companies' lineups. So stay tuned for a review of this knife, the Kershaw Cryo in G10.